Yesterday, I bought a peanut butter, and while I was actually buying it, I just went through the protein content which it had and just glanced over the sugar content. I mean, I didn't look at it like super properly. But when I came back home, I went through the nutritional label and I figured out that 100 gram of peanut butter has 10 gram of sugar in it. Initially, I didn't think that 10 gram was super high. But while I weighed 10 grams of sugar on a weighing scale, it could actually fit in my palms and it was that amount of quantity. I mean, it was a big quantity, by the way. Similar to peanut butter, there are other different kind of food which would provide high amount of sugar. So such as ice cream, soft drinks, or it could be lassi, sweets. So I know that it is highly unlikely that you will be consuming 100 grams of peanut butter in a single go. So you won't be hitting on 10 grams of sugar. So the point which I'm trying to make is a bit different. We normally see a quantity or we represent a quantity in terms of digits. So it may be 5 grams, 10 kg, 527 kgs, or just 10 grams. And while we represent a quantity in terms of number, it is hard for a brain to come up with a picture, to imagine the quantity. So for this, let me just consider 10.25 grams of sugar. What if I have never seen 10.25 grams of sugar in my entire life? At that point, our brains can't actually come up with a picture on how a 10.25 gram of sugar would look like. The quantity, how would it actually look like? So as our brain doesn't have proper data, it can't remember assumptions or build up a certain data with assumptions. That could be one case. The second scenario could be that you have seen 10.25 grams of sugar, but you don't remember it. Same thing happens as you don't have proper data which is building up a picture in your brain on how 10.25 grams of sugar would actually look, and you can't build up assumptions on how the sugar would look like. While we look at both these conditions, we figure out that you don't have proper picture, and that is the reason you don't tend to remember it properly. The same thing applies when you read nutritional labels. So there are different set of things like protein, sugar, carbohydrates, fats, and lot of other things which will be there in a particular nutritional label. And as you have never seen those stuff, or you may tend to forget the quantity, it's highly unlikely that you won't be paying that amount of attention as you don't have proper data and you can't build up assumptions. So we tend to ignore the label because of certain things which I've already told. So this was it, and even before going out, I just wanted to tell you, eat a little bit of less sugar, and a final thought, learn or spend some time on reading the nutritional label. This is it. Until then, peace.